Wait a second, I'm in my pajamas. Wow, I'm looking so refreshed. We're just about to enter winter here in Tasmania, and I was crocheting last night, and usually when I crochet, there's not necessarily a plan in mind. I had a series of I only made crochet bralettes, and now I'm only making crochet bags, but I was crocheting last night and I was like, wow, this would make a great piece of armour. So I'm crocheting myself a rainbow ensemble so I can prance around and pretend I'm at a Ren fair. It's like body armour, but it's rainbow and made of yarn. Unsurprisingly, I have a fair amount of rainbow yarn. It's unsurprising because I'm really, really queer. The one I was crocheting with last night is this really beautiful, I don't know what it actually is. It feels like it could be wool, but then it also feels quite acrylic-y. But I don't know what it is because I thrift all of my yarn, which makes it really exciting. And it's difficult if I find something I really like because it's not likely I can ever find it again. So I had enough of this rainbow ball, which I had this much left, to make two little cute octagon breast pieces, and I love them. I did put massive holes in the middle, which kind of looks interesting, but they're gonna be amazing. Then I've got this little piece left, which I might use to stitch them together or make a kind of I was gonna say bandolier, but bandolier for the waist. Then I've got this one, which I have actually stitched a bit of, but I don't like it. So I was going to give it to my mum because she liked it, and I don't think that they complement each other. And then I also have a little bit of this rainbow yarn, which is a much more pastel, and I think they go together quite well. And because before last week, my last YouTube video was 10 months ago, I thought I would have a little reintroduction chit chat, talk about my plans whilst I make this. So I've already made these. These are super easy to make. You just stitch 10, loop it into a circle like you would for a granny square, and then instead of putting 4 squares into it, you put 5. And then you just keep growing it and you have a octagon rainbow star. How cool is that? I want that for me, and I've got it for me. I'm going to do it at the front so it's like a little bustier, which means I have to make a back piece. That's easy. So I used to be pretty active on YouTube, and then I was very much not active on YouTube, and now I'm kind of back. That's the end of the story. I will post a video at some point that kind of details. Do I want a larger yarn hook? No, it's will be okay. That kind of details what went on in the past year. But it's suffice to say it's been a really rough time, and people are really obsessed with my body hair. I posted a TikTok that was supposed to be educational and raising awareness for what was happening in Gaza, and people were focused on my body hair, and ever since people have been really pressed about the fact that I don't shave my underarms, which is surprising but also not surprising because people are obsessed with stupid things. I don't know, that was something that I didn't think people would be so obsessed with. So then I made a video being like, people are really mad about my underarm hair, and people were like, I'm not mad about it, I just think it's disgusting and it makes me want to vomit. Hating someone you don't know just because you don't agree with some part of their body or something that they like, or it's weird to me, and I find it confusing and quite distressing to get that vitriol from people. I've always been someone who I get very upset if someone's upset with me. It really triggers my anxiety, and I get hyper-focused on it, and I definitely try and be uber chill and uber cool and untouchable and effortless, but it really is an effort to keep going when you're constantly being hounded by just men being like, oh, you'd be prettier if you weren't queer, or you're fat on this video of me giving myself a new hairstyle or whatever. But at the same time, I'm very passionate about not shutting up about the things that are important to me, because how am I going to benefit the younger generation, and how am I going to stand up for myself if I let people's words stop me from fighting? So this year's going to be an interesting one for me. I mean, we're in May already. We're in the middle. We're towards the end of May. It's the 21st today. And I got thinking a few weeks ago that I wanted to give myself a real chance to make it on YouTube, and I'm not going to say what that is. Like Sabrina Carpenter in that one interview where she says, you know, it's a personal goal. I'm not going to say what that personal goal is or what that personal goal means. Giving myself a year of making videos and trying my hardest and making things that I am really passionate about, because long form videos they take a lot of work. They take much more work than a 20-second short. But I'm putting in that work for the year. 52 videos, a video every week. I know there might be 53 weeks in this year. And I'm going to see what's happening in a year and whether I continue there. So if you're watching this, come along for the ride. See where we are in a year. I don't know where we're going to be. I don't know who I'm going to be. I'm going to, you know, maybe I'll look completely different. Maybe I'll feel completely different. Maybe we'll hit the goal and I'll continue on. Maybe we won't hit the goal, but I will have found an appreciation and love in a new craft, and that'll be it. And we'll continue. I don't know. I've always found that I struggle to find my niche. And I used to try and have, you know, I'd have 3 blogs because I couldn't have writing and reviewing in the same blog as I wanted to do fashion. And I found that with my TikTok and with my Instagram and with my YouTube that I have so many things I want to work on and so many things I want to think about, and it just doesn't feel like it all fits in one space. But that's because I don't really see other people doing it all in one space, and I wonder if I limit my audience because my tastes are varied. But if my tastes are varied, other people's tastes are varied, and we don't all just want to eat pasta. Sometimes you want to eat a potato, and I'm here for that. So I'm going to sit here and watch some Bridgerton and continue to craft this back piece. That's basically all I wanted to say on that. I'm going to talk about like my renovation process that I'm working on at the moment, and I'm going to share things that I'm making, and I'm excited more to go on this journey and see all the things that I make and make them. I'm more excited for that than coming back here in 51 weeks and seeing if I met my goal or not, which I think is a really good place to start. You know, I'm a goal-orientated person, I guess, but I'm also a very creativity-orientated person, or oriented. So I'm gonna finish making this, and we'll be back. I'll show you a few more bits on the way, but I'm gonna go watch Bridgerton now. So enjoy this time lapse of me gasping and crocheting. And here is that very time lapse. Look at that stoic face. I really do have a resting frown, which explains some of the lines etched into my face. Time moves on. Alright, well, I guess, Kapow! We did it, and I love it so much.
I even made my little belt bandolier and added a few little circlets so I can hang bottles off it and look like a real Ren Fair constituent. It's rainbows, it's magic, it's me. And what's more me than a slow-mo video? Look at that twirl, look at that skirt, look at that potion. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas in May. You deserve it. Good job, team.